What is up, everybody? Superversity here today, and we're going to talk about this clip that's been floating around on social media. Apparently, Sony fanboy Colin Moriarty is actually breaking at the seams with Sony's just first-party roadmap. It pretty much being non-existent has these Sony guys being scared and worried, which they should be, because people, especially Xbox gamers, have been saying this for the longest that Sony's roadmap, it looks very spooky. The fact that they have not really been announcing anything for first party, just been pretty much carried by third party or second party deals, mainly Square Enix, and we got the new Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin, which weren't developed by first party by their studio. So it's very concerning, and only the part that Factions 2, their big first party game, got canceled. So it's not looking good right now, and them being silent is not helping the issue. But we did get the recent Insomniac leaks, and we know about their upcoming roadmap for Insomniac, that studio alone, which makes it somewhat better, but it's still very, just very weird that they're being super silent. So he speaks about the issue, and let's play the clip.
From Sony's perspective, say anything at this point. I don't understand what's going on over there from a first party perspective. Say something. It's not. It seems like a trap to say anything about this because people are going to go be like, dude, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, God of War DLC, Final Fantasy 16 DLC. And so I'm like, yeah, that's all true. But again, I said it earlier, you know what I mean.
We all know what he means. Where is the big AAA exclusives that Sony fanboys brag about from PlayStation Studios? They are non-existent at this point, and it is pretty scary. They can brag about these consoles being sold. Everybody just wants a PS5, but they are releasing no big games from their first-party studios. We got a DLC from the God of War people. Big whoop-de-doo. Who cares? Where is the major first-party stuff at? That is very concerning. And the fact that they're super silent is making people raise their eyebrows at Sony right now. Except the casuals. The casuals are going to eat it up no matter what. They're going to buy PS5 no matter what. But the people who actually follow this gaming news, it's concerning because it's like, where are the first party games at? Not nowhere to be found.
There's something missing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to, I feel like with some level of urgency, need to know more, because are they really going to announce these things that close to the vest? We're getting to the point now where I'm like, are they really going to announce a massive AAA PlayStation first-party exclusive for, say, the fall that we don't know about yet? That's very unusual for them. But if they're going to do that, that's cool. But say something. So that's, as a PlayStation podcaster, that's my walkaways. It's hard to be too upset when you have so many games from all these sources to play. But that's a lot of why we're on PlayStation, but it's not all of it. And a big part of why we're here and what speaks to our PlayStation experience the most are the high-quality first-party games. And there seems to be a dearth of them right now, and you can't help but notice that, and it does matter. And it is, I've been long, and not a long defender, but long been being like, just wait. But now we're kind of past the point of that, I think. Now I'm kind of on board with being like, let's fucking go, man. What's going on here?
What is going on is a question indeed. It's just funny that when an Xbox influencer or Xbox YouTuber says this, they're just being a fanboy. But when a Sony fanboy says it, that's when people gotta listen, apparently. So I've been saying the same thing for the past year, probably a year plus at this point, that their roadmap first has been pretty disappointing. But now that this guy says it, I don't know, maybe more people listen now. Who knows? But it's kind of hilarious to see these guys just squirming in their seats about there being no first party games. I was like, you weren't happy with that VR game, Horizon VR game that they gave you, or the PS Portal, or that one big Spider-Man game. Oh man, but just selling consoles though. It's out selling Xbox. That's all these guys care about apparently. So no first party, but let's care about the console sales. Makes a lot of sense. I love to see those tools squirm after blasting Xbox over and over to find that karma has come to bite them. Yeah, they're realizing that they're the system with no games. They're literally just relying on third party to save them. Like, how many times can Square Enix carry some PlayStation on their back? I was like, really? What happened to the second showcase he was talking about in May? That just didn't happen. It's non-existent. They're about to have their hold the line moment. What can you say when they literally have nothing? Sony, I got nothing to say. Oh man. Thought he said they had a secret showcase. Showcasing what? Pretty much a tumbleweed in a desert at this point for first party games. There's like this brainless audience or the diehard fanboys that was, they're just like, hey, PlayStation's selling, they're selling like third party games like Call of Duty and Minecraft and FIFA and Madden that you can buy on Xbox, but there's outselling Xbox though. That's all you need to know. It's like, really? You're happy with no first party games that on your PlayStation, just DLC and remasters? Okay. I was like, I'm sure you bought a PS5 to play third party games and remasters. That makes a lot of sense. 95% of the library for Xbox and PlayStation are the same. What they are realizing is PlayStation dominance is built on a house of cards, and now the cards are soggy. Yeah, you can't be like PlayStation is a better system where you're just playing games you play on Xbox as well. That wouldn't make any sense. The lineup he just listed is the exact type of lineup they panned Xbox for in the past. Yep, and it's biting them in the butt now. Sony doesn't have to, nor should they say anything. What is this nonsense? So apparently this guy says Sony doesn't need to say anything. They're fine where they're at right now. Their PS5 console keeps selling through the roof with little to no first-party content. And apparently, this is all the Sony fanboys need. They just need to know if their console selling more than Xbox. They don't need no first-party games. They just say, hey, our console sells more than your console. And they're happy with that. Really? I was gonna say, these guys don't play video games. They don't care about games. They just care about that Sony sells more than Xbox. That's it. Because who is okay with Sony right now? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you be okay with that? You're just getting remasters and remakes. That's it. If I knew that I had nothing besides the remakes, remasters, third party, and no real roadmap, I'll stay silent too. Okay. Both the DLCs are highly disappointing. Yeah, to be honest, I don't care about the God of War one. It's like, I think there's story DLC, the story content of that, but if it's really just like a boss battle mode, I don't really care about that really. And the Final Fantasy 16, I haven't played Final Fantasy 16 yet, so I might have to dive into that game to actually care about the DLC. But for right now, the DLC isn't on my radar. It's like, and their first party, once again, just looking spooky. The people who invested into that platform, who don't just want to play third party games, it's looking spooky. Sony won't say anything because they don't have anything new besides remasters and thoughts of saying you can't sell your games on a disc. He isn't lying. What the hell are they doing over there? Bringing back Sean and Shuhei. Why aren't they saying anything? Because 80% of the studios were spending the last 4 years working on the new games and service games that are getting canned? Maybe? Oh man, that's once again, that sucks about the whole factions mode, but how did it just like, that's the big first party game that's canceled, really? All of that line is catching up now. Still waiting for that secret showcase. Don't forget about that super secret showcase we're still getting in December. While December's almost over, I'm pretty sure that showcase isn't happening. PlayStation got no games. Are we gonna add like in the mid PS4 gen? They didn't announce anything first party for quite some time. So apparently the PlayStation audience is used to that. Them just having these dry spells for first party content. And still clamor that their system is better than the competition. Really? It's just getting sad at this point. It's like they demand so much for Xbox while PlayStation has to give them so little. Very interesting. Them ponies are naming third-party games in DLC. PS5 is in the worst shape of any console I can remember first-party was. I agree at this point because I don't remember any console being this bad like this for first-party games. But yet get the most praise out the industry. Like, this is craziness. No first-party games. Like, people used to clown Nintendo because of the lack of like great games, but Nintendo is hitting out the park more than PlayStation is because where's the first party at? You're literally playing a PlayStation to play the same games you play on Xbox. Doesn't make any sense. But now we're in a different time period where that's okay. As long as they sell consoles, it's alright. Nobody cares about these topics except the chronically online fans. Ninjas buying PS5s like toilet paper in 2020 with plenty of games to play. Once again, you're playing third party, but you're happy about that. Another director quit PlayStation and joined Xbox today as well. Their fan base won't hold them accountable. They definitely won't. As long as they see those consoles selling high, that's all they need. They'll continue to blindly support them no matter what, so why should Sony give them anything? Much respect to him as a PlayStation guy who actually speaking the truth about the state of PlayStation. Not being biased or delusional or fanboy for Sony, all facts, no roadmap, no hype around PlayStation. It's true though, and I knew eventually this will start catching up, but Sony won't get people to give up on PlayStation, but might give them to buy a second chance to fill the void. A second console to fill the void, okay? They're worried about Sony announcing first-party games. Sony is probably more worried about announcing a new president/CEO or whatever Jim's title was. I get it that gamers want to know about games, but corporations have their priorities also. What is even this comment right here? I'm not even going to address this comment, but okay. Massive PlayStation exclusive, but if Xbox does that, they get mad. MFers are delusional. It's a week from Christmas. These folks are gone home. So that's the reason why they're not giving you any news on their games. Okay. So do we silly not like when PlayStation fans are critical of Sony? I don't see anything wrong unless I'm generally missing something. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just the fact that they are just critical. They're just seeing what Xbox fans have been saying for the longest. There's no real major first-party games or the PlayStation. And it's spooky that they aren't saying anything about it. So, but their fans are happy. It's like Xbox guys have been saying this for the longest, so it's just interesting to see Sony guys talk about those. Do you even game? Wow. Okay, I'm not about to trust that comment either. People are really mad that people make mention of what's going on with Sony. Even he has no idea what they're doing. Like I've said before, there are no PlayStation insiders because PlayStation ain't trying to talk to y'all. Yeah, I don't really like that old PlayStation. I'm not really feeling that. Like I like the Xbox talks to the community. Like the even the executives can talk to the community, but PlayStation, they're not trying to talk to the community at all. They just say, "Hey, buy our stuff, leave us alone." That's kind of the relationship with PlayStation and their fan base. Facts, what is up at PlayStation? No one knows at this point, and it's very concerning. But I'm going to conclude it right here. Sony fanboys are seeing the light that Sony is not really trying to tell them anything, and they're not happy with it. Which they shouldn't be, because it's very disgusting that they just go this silent without telling you what first-party games you're getting, but still want you to buy their new products. And then once again, it's even more disgusting that Sony fanboys just say it's fine because we know they're also on Xbox, everything's okay. You know, they're just playing third-party games, like really. But I'm going to include it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.